Trump has called it fake news and a witch hunt for a year now.
But tonight, the Justice Department says it is true. Powerful Russians with links all the way to Vladimir Putin did mess with our presidential election and tried to weaken our democracy over the years.
13 Russians are now indicted, and KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan joins us now with the case against them and the president's reaction to this. Dave?
Yeah, you know, some analysts say this gives the investigation some real credibility and a foundation now. This is a landmark development for the Russia election-meddling investigation. These are the first indictments charging that the defendants actually interfered with the 2016 presidential election by creating fake social media messages to produce the result that Russia wanted.
The defendants allegedly conducted what they called information warfare against the United States.
Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein said the Russian intentions were clear.
To promote discord in the United States and undermine public confidence in democracy.
Prosecutors charged the operation actually began in 2014, 2 years before the 2016 presidential election. The operation was run out of this nondescript building in St. Petersburg, Russia. The 37-page indictment charges 13 Russian nationals and 3 Russian companies spent $1.2 million a month on the operation, cranking out online posts like this, attacking Hillary Clinton and supporting Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump. Early on, Republican Senators Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio, who were running against Trump, were also targeted. The court documents allege the Russian operatives were instructed to use any opportunity to criticize Hillary and the rest, except Sanders and Trump. We support them, it said. The indictments charge the Russian operatives were also trying to suppress the vote. For example, an Instagram message from a fake group called Woke Blacks advised against voting for the nominee from either party. "We cannot resort to the lesser of two devils," they wrote. "Then we'd surely be better off without voting at all." That, of course, was aimed at depressing the votes of Democrats. Could this have been done without the knowledge and consent of Russian President Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin? The experts say no way.
And this was a very elaborate influence, covert action influence scheme, and it's impossible to think that this would have not, the blessing and direction would not have come from the Kremlin and the top of the Russian government.
And the indictment also alleges that some members of the Trump campaign unwittingly retweeted some of the Russian content. But Rosenstein made it clear that there is no claim that any American knowingly played a role in the Russian scheme.
And there's no allegation in this indictment that any American had any knowledge. And the nature of the scheme was that the defendants took extraordinary steps to make it appear that they were ordinary American political activists.
The president's response to the indictment certainly indicated he's still nervous that the Russian meddling would delegitimize his election in 2016. He tweeted, "Russia started their anti-U.S. campaign in 2014, long before I announced that I would be running for president. The results of the election were not impacted. The Trump campaign did nothing wrong. No collusion." But Loyola Law School professor Laurie Levinson, a former federal prosecutor in L.A., says the Friday indictments are an important event for several reasons.
One, because it brings credibility to the Mueller investigation. Two, because it puts us on notice that this can happen, and we have additional elections coming up this year. Finally, it shows that indeed Bob Mueller has the tools to do the investigation he needs. So even if there are no further indictments, we are going to get something in the history books as to what happened in 2016.
Now, despite the statements that today's indictments lift the Russia investigation to a new level of credibility, most experts believe there is little or no chance that any of the defendants will ever be tried or punished for the charged offenses. That's because there's almost no chance that Russia would extradite the defendants to be tried in the U.S., especially under these circumstances. Right, Jeff?
Yeah.